Hi, it's Liberty. It's September 25th, 2022. We had our 9-month house anniversary on the 22nd, but I have not been feeling well, so I was not able to take the video that day. I've had something like laryngitis for 3 weeks, but it looks like it's going to turn out to be something more thyroid related. So I want to give you a recap of all that happened this past month. As you can see, we finally got the cement poured around our house after a 6-week period of waiting. Before the cement was poured, we had the steps all redone. I took the stair railings off. The one side came off really easily, and this was actually the harder side, but it still came off fairly easy. The last step at the top was a really high step, so it's really nice to have these steps even now. Here is a little snippet of the cement getting put in the trench. I will link to a longer video in the description below. I've been waiting all summer to replant my rose bushes and other plants, but it looks like we're not going to get the ground leveled around the house anytime soon. So I'm just going to have to plant them in my garden and then in the spring transplant them again. I'm hoping that besides strengthening the wall, that this cement border will help keep the critters out of the house. So we also finished this cement pad for the oil tank, made with some pretty heavy pavers. In a few days, they will come and move the oil tank back on this pad and hook it up for the winter. A week ago, we got 2 outdoor kittens to help keep the mice out of the garden. They're really friendly and really sweet, and so we're enjoying them. We did have a little freeze recently, so I know that all these tomatoes are not going to last long. The corn gave me a surprise, though. I went and checked on it after I thought it wasn't going to produce anything, and what do you know? It was all Indian corn. The butternut squash has done really well. It's not the shape of butternut squash, but it has turned the color, so I hope it will taste good. We plan to harvest it pretty soon before we get another hard freeze. This one is hanging from the fence, and when I take it off, I will weigh it and let you know, because it's a pretty big one. I had bought some apple trees on half price quite a while back, and finally got those planted here in the garden. I have 3 apple trees and 2 peach trees from a friend. So here's 1, 2, 3, and then the peach is in the corner on the other side. I was slowed down from working on the house because sometimes I just had to deal with the harvest that day. I think it took me a whole day to dig up all these potatoes, white, sweet, and red. And then, of course, more time processing all those tomatoes. I was basically forced to learn how to can. So we got these and a whole bunch more jars of salsa. Thankfully, I learned about this Sauce Master food mill gadget, and that really helped speed up all the processing with my kids helping. The kids and I and a friend also spent 2 days volunteering at the summer camp that they attend. A few days ago, we had an owl up in one of our trees, and that was really exciting. I also got a couple bushes planted in these pots. We had a couple of injuries this month. My kids were throwing grass at each other in the dark, and one of the clods had more than grass in it, so that was quite an ordeal to get that out of his eye. Then I gave myself a pretty bad rope burn on each of my hands because I substituted a rope instead of a leash, and I have learned not to do that again because our dog is just way too strong. So back to the house. I was able to find a used secondhand door for a really good price. Here's a quick flashback to what the old door looked like on the outside and on the inside. And the handle cost as much as the door. So I haven't painted it yet. It still needs painted. Here's the other side of the door. And we really like how it looks. And we were glad we could get it installed. We were able to have a plumber come and finish hooking up our heating system that had been cut in this room. I was able to get the wall repaired and primed and painted, and now I'm waiting on a carpenter to help me get the windows out so I can stain them properly and not stain them and have them sticking shut. So I was really hoping to get this ceiling done, but I didn't since I haven't been feeling well. So let me show you what I did get done though. I decided to get tin ceiling panels from American Tin Ceilings, and those were some samples that they sent me. So I practiced painting on them before I painted on the real ones with paint from Black Dog Salvage Paint. It's a furniture paint, and I'm so happy that they sponsored the paint for this and that I could mix a custom color to match my walls. So what I did get done with the ceiling tiles, I did get the edge pieces here all cut out to fit, except for 2 of them. I'm still waiting on a special tool to finish those 2. And I did get the tiles painted, but I am stuck because of my energy level, and I just need to finish sanding them where I need it sanded off, and then seal it with a clear coat and stick them up there. So I'm not too far away, just a little bit far away. And what I didn't know is that I should have sanded these immediately after painting them as soon as they dried. Since I didn't know that, the paint is sticking on really, really well, and I'm having to work extra hard to get it off. But I do like the end result. I'm really looking forward to getting these in the ceiling. A fun thing that happened this month was when the neighbor came and baled our field. He got nearly 4 of these round bales. It's one of those benefits to living in the country that my kids had not gotten to experience before. I put the leftover concrete in the driveway to try to kill the grass. So I think that's all that's happened this month. And I hope you have enjoyed this 9-month update of Century Farms.